Hi Scorpio, welcome to your monthly messages from Spirit reading for May. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Scorpio. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear this message. So my intentions for this reading, Scorpio, is to channel and provide messages from Spirit to you for anything that you need to hear right now in this moment. Anything that could help you give the clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you're seeking in regards to what's ever happening in your life at this time. And this can impact any aspect of your life: love and romance, career and finances, spiritual evolution. But whatever Spirit would like to talk about shall be said. So if you have any beings of the light that you would like to welcome into this space, specific angels, ancestors, spirit guides, maybe even passed down loved ones, you are more than welcome to ask them to join us here now. So let's go ahead and get your reading started. I'm first going to use my sound bowl to clear and set the energy for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Scorpio. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit has for you right now, Scorpio, in regards to what you need to know right now about what's going on in your life, some things that you may not see at this time. What can Spirit, the universe, God reveal to you now that you need to hear? So let's see. Ooh, okay, we got inner child. And it says, the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. So Scorpio, yeah, I feel as if for a lot of you guys, there's something about your inner child that is really being brought to the surface in May. Something that I feel as if it's always been wanting to be let out. I do feel creative gifts for the pile here that I'm kind of picking up on through this card. I do also wonder if there are certain things with a specific child that's going on in your life, maybe certain relationships with the child that you are starting to kind of address, heal, mend. And others of you, if there has been some inner child wounds that have really been triggered recently, maybe brought to the surface, especially I'm recording this on Mother's Day. And maybe there's certain wounds around this holiday that brings up a lot of deeper, situations that maybe doesn't really get brought up until this time of the year or whatever the situation is specifically for you guys. First of all, your spirit team wants to send you so much love, Scorpio. I do wonder if you guys definitely had a bit of a rougher childhood, or one that maybe you didn't feel as celebrated. Maybe for some of you, you didn't get to have that childhood. Maybe you were pressured or in some sort of ways forced to grow up very, very fast. There's something maybe from the past, maybe since childhood, that wants to be brought into your life now. If there's a certain passion that you've put to the back burner because you never believed you could actually achieve it, it's coming back for a reason. For others of you, there's definitely a sense of self-love that is a very big theme that Spirit wants you to focus on this month. To refill your cup where maybe it has been drained, to do things that you've always used to love to do that maybe you stopped doing because life got overwhelming, stressful, a lot has been on your plate. Spirit wants you to make time for yourself this month, Scorpio, and do the things that will make you enjoy life again, as far as watching your old favorite TV shows, seeing some old friends you haven't seen, making your favorite foods. Something for yourself that Spirit wants you to prioritize. Maybe for some of you, you put a lot on your plate of taking care of others, of making sure everyone else is fed before you get your bite. Not this month, Scorpio. And especially with do something silly and fun, it's almost as if it's time to let loose. I wonder if there's a lot of serious things going on in your life, which is definitely something to understand, address. But I also want to say there's been a lot that you've had to carry. And some of that energy, I feel it kind of tight in my chest, wants to be kind of let go in some way, expressed in some way. So maybe some sort of yoga, some sort of dance, playing your favorite music from your favorite band, something to kind of release that. Because it is kind of stifling you in a lot of ways, Scorpio. Let's keep going. Tell me more. Clear out the clutter, frog spirit, with number 28. Yeah, so there's a lot that needs to be cleared out within your space. And for some of you guys, it's in your throat chakra. I'm looking at that blue orb there. Is definitely being throat chakra energy. Very specifically, there's some things coming up of something that you've never told someone, maybe that happened in your childhood. Maybe it's something, memory. Even for you guys, it could be in the realm of trauma in some ways that you've never been able to safely express. You've never been safely able to process it. I want you to know that spirit is always there for you, Scorpio. And there is an openness that spirit wants you to have, that if there's anything that's been hard for you to release, hard for you to kind of relive or to just declutter it from your space, spirit wants you to know that you can always work with your spirit team, work with your angels, and they want to take it from you. Honestly, Scorpio, I feel a lot is coming to the surface because spirit does not want you to suffer with it anymore. And I do feel in this way, spirit wants to send you a helping hand in releasing some inner child wounds and releasing some sort of, stressful situations, stressful energy that's getting all pent up. And if there's a safe way you can express it, maybe even if you still don't feel comfortable talking about it, which I completely understand, you may want to get a journal and just write it. Write out everything that you've kept inside. Write out everything that you have never felt safe to express, but you can do so for yourself. And you can be that adult that will listen to your inner child in the way that your younger self didn't have. This feels like a major breakthrough, Scorpio, when you start to work with this, when you start to process this, when you start to break it down. But after doing that heavy work, I highly suggest doing something right after that will lift the spirit again, that will kind of shift the energy again. But the work you're doing, I'm very proud of you for. The work you're doing is something that is going to pay off in the long end. And by decluttering this, by clearing out the spaces of which you've held on to certain things for so long, it truly is going to make more space for newer energies to come in, for better energies to come in. Because spirit does not want this to haunt you anymore, Scorpio. Let's keep going. Tell me more. Infinite blessings. Wow. It's number 17 here. Scorpio, as you kind of continue to learn, heal, evolve, this is what is going to be creating the room for, is the infinite blessings pouring into your life. I do feel as if some of you guys, with this new perception, with letting yourself be who you are, by owning your story, by doing something about it that isn't letting it be the main operating system of how you respond with triggers, with fears, with wounds, but something that elevates you to want to do more and to do better for yourself. Once you do this work and once you really start day by day, this is not an overnight process, but as you start to work out to clear out the clutter within you, truly, spirit wants to give you a bit of a heads up, or just a, peek into the future of all the good that can come in, all the good that will be restored, that will be replaced, because you deserve the very best, Scorpio. Your blessings are something, even with this energy coming in, that wants to gift you, that wants to uplift you, that wants to heal you. Spirit has been saying there's certain things that have been blocking this because there hasn't been the space for it. But you're creating the space for it, Scorpio. And I do feel of some of you guys that whatever this inner child creativity, expression, something maybe that is coming up from the past that you feel re-sparked about, it could be something that sets off your career or helps you make a certain income. I just feel, Scorpio, you have a story to share. You have a story to share that is very moving, that is very inspiring. And with that, people will pay attention to you. People want to hear that because it helps them. It helps them realize they're not the only ones that went through the things that both of you went through. Truly, I really kind of feel you could be an advocate. You can be someone that will be the person that uplifts the world, not adds to the lower vibration that we're already kind of in, being in this 3D world. You do have so many gifts and talents that I wonder, from inner child type of energy or wounds, you've never truly believed you have. But Scorpio, what clearly is showing here is that you have the opportunity, the gift, not only to bless yourself, but bless your world with the improvement that you're doing. And even for some of you guys where maybe there's certain child issues going on, you know, certain strains with a child or a certain rocky relationship, maybe it's a bit stressful, you truly are a wonderful parent. And I understand, especially for those who may be raising teenagers right now, or, you know, children that are transitioning into young adults. There's a lot that kind of as humans we start to act out on, our hormones, our feelings that we truly don't understand. And even if right now you're fighting with your child, it becomes a bit chaotic, it's only temporary, is what I'm also kind of seeing here. Because I am seeing that you are someone that, you know, even if they're going through a little bit of a mood right now, truly deep down, they know how much you love them. They know how much you care. And there may even be a child that's getting ready to go to college, ready to move on. And that may have been something that is kind of scaring you, or at least it's just very, very new. But Spirit is saying this is good for both of you to kind of get that space, to give them the opportunity to kind of jump out of the nest. But I promise, Scorpio, that with the decluttering you're doing in your life, clearing out the old, healing the wounds, there will be blessings to restore it. I think some of you are already starting to see some of these little blessings come in. Tell me more with the tarot, Spirit. What are the three main energies going on in Scorpio's life right now, or will be going on? Yeah. 4 of Coins in reverse. Capricorn energy. This is very powerful. Scorpio, you are just letting go. You're not holding it in. I do feel maybe for some of you, by holding it back, it gave you some sort of security, you know, with certain memories or experiences that you felt a bit afraid to kind of bring back up again. A couple things, maybe you're afraid you weren't going to be believed, or you're afraid that, you know, if you were to be vulnerable, it would be met with judgment. It would be met with criticism. And what I have to say to that, Scorpio, is that you may be very correct about the certain people in your inner environment who aren't in a vibration to be open to something that they are not in agreement with or in agreement with. So I would say you have the right, and you should be very discerning about who you open up to, because again, this is not easy things to open up about from what I'm seeing here. But with the right people, with even yourself, being open and honest about it. And even if you don't hear from the person you want to hear it from the most, a parent, a friend, a child, I don't know, the words that would make you feel the final closure, I guess, you can give yourself that closure. And like I said, Spirit does want to make its appearance to you, Scorpio, that you can always connect to your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors in your own way with your own rituals, and they will also help release that energy. But you are starting to become more free. But maybe this is the transition of it all, where you know, you're going from holding it all within to stepping into a new energy that doesn't want to hold on to it anymore. And that's very courageous. So yeah, it may get a little rocky at first, but once that bridge is crossed and you get to the other side, again, blessings will be waiting for you, Scorpio. But you're letting go with this Four of Pentacles in reverse. And Spirit is very proud of you for it. Tell me more. Six of Cups. And this is coming right out of the clear the clutter. Yeah, you know, for some of you, this energy is adding up from past lives even. And maybe even it's not even past lives, but ancestral energy. For some of you, yeah, there was definitely an ancestral pattern that has been repeating for generations. And I do feel, Scorpio, you were chosen by your ancestors to transmute the energy. And that is not an easy job. It is not one that comes lightly, but you are the one that can handle it. There's a saying that I've heard recently that God chooses its greatest battles for the greatest warriors. And, you know, something that you do, even in the way you look at it, it may seem very small. It's not small. Even if it's not known to your other family, to the people around you, you are healing an ancestral line. That's big, Scorpio. But yeah, the past has just got to go. The past is what's holding you back. And there's no judgment here. We all do it at some period of our life. But Scorpio, Spirit is saying you're ready to move forward in this. There's so much more to come from this. And that is Spirit's promise to you. What you've been through has made who you are today. And I can see you're someone that is courageous, strong, passionate. And here comes the Three of Wands. Yeah, Aries energy right under infinite blessings here. So again, for some of you, whether it's now or in the near future, you're going to start to see these little infinite blessings make their way to you as rewards, as reassurance that you're on the right track by moving forward, by not staying stuck, by letting go, by working with your inner child, healing your inner child. You are doing something different than what your ancestors could have done, what your, immediate family could have achieved. And that is what's setting you up to do more. I do feel you want more for yourself, Scorpio. I do feel as if you're not the one that wants to remain stuck. You're not a victim. You are, something so much more than that. And that's why you've kept it all in. You don't want the mercy of others. You don't want people to, treat you as a victim. But I see if you're even doing all this work on your own, it is paying off. And it's paying off in big ways. You, again, with this Three of Wands, through the work you're doing, you may be inspired to put yourself out there to help, to share your story, to share your experience, to do more maybe for your children, your direct family, for your community even. And I gotta say, for those of you that are thinking about making this a career, it has big promises. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Coins. Taurus energy. So there's two sixes here. Your birthday could be November 6th, November 16th, perhaps October 26th, or you could be seeing a lot of sixes from the universe, which is all about harmony. It's all about balance. It's all about restoring. So again, yeah, a lot of you did not get a great deck of cards dealt to you. And there were certain karmic experiences you had to go through that may have been tied to past lives. But it was meant to be experienced to elevate your soul, to kind of relieve any past life karma that needs to be relieved this lifetime so it doesn't carry on. But yeah, with the Six of Pentacles, you will be repaid, Scorpio. For everything you've been through, Spirit will make sure that you will have the resources, you will have the success, you will have the security and the finance that will show you it has mattered. This is tangible. This is pentacle energy. So for some of you that may, have been taking a break and trying to kind of address these wounds, there is something that will be given to you that will unlock the next step that will feel so much more fulfilling. For some of you, again, like with the job situation, if you have been looking for a job, if you have been kind of redirected because the job you were doing wasn't fulfilling your soul, this may be the time to re-recognize that past passion for you to open back up to again. And I do see, even if it takes some work, even if it takes some time, if you get at it every day, it will give you a reward at the end. But truly, with the 6 of coins here, you will have your due. The infinite blessings will be coming, big and small. I do feel as you kind of put that work into the universe, it's the law of attraction, it's cause and effect. It will be returned. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get one more card. This is from the Rose Oracle deck, and I'm going to read the excerpt that Rebecca Campbell wrote because I believe her words are so beautiful. I'd like to share them with you. So let's see what she has to say. The wastelands. Sustainability, slow down and tend to your garden. Yeah, I really do feel that this is a time for pause. And although some of you have been worrying if this pause is something that is, nothing's going to happen, nothing's happening for me. No, this is a time to really pay attention. This is a time to really go in and do the work and do the healing and to come out of lack. This is your comeback, Scorpio. This is the time to realize that you can achieve this comeback and bounce and go farther than anyone from your previous lines, previous generations ever could. But let's read the excerpt. By the way, Virgo got this card as well. So if you have strong Virgo in your chart, I suggest checking out the Virgo reading to see if there's messages for you there. Okay. Okay, here we are. So it says, there's an anonymous 13th century French myth in the form of a poem called The Elucidation that tells the story of a king who abuses the land he's supposed to be the guardian of. The king breaks the trust of the well maidens, the spirits who were guarding the wells of the land, and they flee. The waters run dry, the plants wilt, and the land which was once rich and fertile becomes barren, creating a wasteland. This is the most powerful card in the deck. It's a wake-up call for us to stop the destructive behavior that's resulting in us becoming brittle and unable to live in a sustainable way. The sacred feminine is abundant. She knows that the earth can provide for what we need and that she doesn't need to take more than she needs. She tends to the earth around her and within her. She's the keeper of balance and the protector of all living things. The rose has seen civilizations come and go, empires rise and fall. In this card, she's delivering an urgent message to slow down and stop any way of being that's not sustainable, to release anything that's making us brittle, to tend to our gardens, our bodies, and the earth around us. So yeah, Scorpio, I gotta say, your angels really are coming through very strong here. You have a very deep connection with the angels and your ancestors. And they really do want you right now in this very moment in any way you can to do something that will fill your cup of love, that will give yourself the time, the reassurance of doing something that is solely for you, at least a bit every day, if it's only 5 minutes, if it's an hour, to do and dedicate this time to yourself and what you can do to help heal yourself. Because the wastelands and being and staying within these wastelands is not meant to be your story. Again, yeah, I get that you were placed in these wastelands. It was definitely something that you have not chosen for yourself. But like I said, it kind of depends on how we respond to these situations. And by you recognizing these wounds, being aware of these wounds, and wanting to heal these wounds, it's moving you out of the wasteland into the fertile soil that you could create a more happier way of living and a more abundant way of living that Spirit so wants for you. So Scorpio, this is the time now to decide if you're going to let the past hold you back, if you're going to step out of your comfort zone, if you're finally going to let go, because the rewards are going to be bountiful. The blessings and the success are going to be infinite. And I'm rooting for you, Scorpio, and I am very proud of you for all that you've been through and all that there is to come. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me for this reading. I really hope it resonated with you. I hope it provided you with the healing, clarity, insight, and guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Scorpio, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Scorpio.